before giving you a sort of a particular introduction, then I'll be starting up with the chapter, the explanation of the chapter. It is being written up. It's a Kannada folk tale. This story. It's a Kannada folk tale, and it is written by A.K. Ramanujan. Okay, A.K. Ramanujan is the author of this book, of this story. Uh, in the starting, I would like to say that before starting up with the chapter, one sentence is there which I need to tell you. It is rightly said that a wise enemy is better than a foolish friend. If you are having a foolish, if you are being surrounded up with the foolish people, they are always create a problematic for you. Although they are your friends, it will be a problematic situation for you all. But if it will be a wise enemy, a good enemy, it will be more fruitful for you, better than having a foolish friend. So in the kingdom of fools, also it is a folk tale which is giving up a very strong message to us all. The message is that nobody can feel safe and secure in the state ruled up by a foolish king and his minister. And if the kingdom is being ruled up by a foolish king and a minister, it is no one is going to feel the safe and secure over there. The king in this story, just giving you introduction regarding this, the king in this story wanted to introduce some novelty in his administration. He want to go up with according to his rules and regulations. Okay, he ordered all the people to stay up at night and sleep during the daytime. And the other system, secondly, he introduced one currency, that is a dudu. And that dudu was the one currency which was being used up for all the things to buy, whether it is a sack of a grain or whether it is one banana or a bunch of banana. There was no difference between among the things. So these are the things which he was doing up, who was following up in his kingdom. Okay. Once what happens, one wise guru and his disciples used to enter up into their kingdom for a few days, but the guru, who was very intelligent, he was very intelligent person, who he felt uneasy and insecure over there. Okay. Sorry. But the disciple with him, who was there with the guru only, he got flattened upon the cheap things. He got somewhere he had the feeling of greediness in himself. So he decided and he thought that he is going to live up there. But the guru, who was a very intelligent person, who he went out from that place. But after that, something happens up with the disciple, and the guru was the one who saved the life of his disciple. And how all these things happens up, how he used to stuck up in any of the problem, what problem is going to come up in the disciple's life, we are going to read in this chapter. So this was the general introduction that I gave it to you. Now I'll be starting up with the explanation. Okay. In the kingdom of fools, both the king and minister were idiots. See, it's being written over there clearly only that both the king and minister were idiots. They didn't want to run things like other kings, and they thought that they are going to do something different. So they decided to change night into day and day into night. Means night into day and day into night means the people are going to work at night and they are going to sleep during the daytime. They ordered that everyone should be awake at night till their fields and run their business only after dark. The people over there were allowed means or ordered me. They were being ordered up. They are going to wake up at night and do all the work related to the whether they are working in field, whether they are doing up their business, whether any of the work, whatever the work they are doing, they are going to do it at night time only, and go to bed as soon as the sun came up. Jesse, the time the sun is going to rise up, They are going to go to bed. Anyone who disobeyed would be punished with death, and the person who is going to disobey this thing is going to be punished up with the death. The people did as they were told for fear of death, and the people used to do so as they were having the fear of getting dead. Okay. The king and the minister were delighted at the success of their product, and they were very happy. Delighted means that they used to feel very happy by doing up these things. Okay, they were thinking that we are successfully running up a different project, but it wasn't so. It was just the foolishness they were all going through it. Okay, the king. One day, a guru and his disciple arrive in the city. As I already told you, that a guru and disciple are going to enter up in the city. It was a beautiful city. It was a broad daylight, but there was no one about. As the city was going according to the king, so people were sleeping at during the daytime. As they entered up in the daylight time only, everyone was asleep. Not a mouse staring. Even you can't see a single animal also moving here and there. Even the cattle had been taught to sleep by day, and even the cattle, the cow, goats, and all who used to do the field work, they were also being taught to sleep up during the daytime and work at night. The two strangers were amazed and what they saw around them. They both got surprised by this thing and they wandered. Wandered means they roam around the town till evening. Till the evening time, they were roaming around in that city. When suddenly the whole town woke up and went about its nightly business, and they so as soon as the like evening time came, they all woke up and started up their nighttime business. The two men were hungry. Now that shops were open, they went to buy some grocery. As they both means the two men. Who are the two men over here? The guru and the disciple. They both were very hungry. So what they did, they opened as soon as they saw that the shops are opened up, they bought some grocery. And to their astonishment means to their surprise, they found that every cost the same. Everything over there was costing of the same. A single dudu. It was the same currency. Suppose we are having a rupee. In that same way, they were having the currency a dudu. Whether they bought a measure of rice or a bunch of banana, whether it was a measure of a rice or a bunch of banana, it cost only a dudu. They had The guru and disciple were delighted. At that time, they were very happy to see this because everything was costing only a dudu and it feels like everything is very cheap at that time. They had never heard of anything like this. They could buy all the food they wanted for a rupee, and they both too felt happy by buying up the things in a very cheap form. When they had cooked and eaten, the guru realized that this was a kingdom of fools and it wouldn't be a good idea for them to stay there. This is no place for us. Now, when both of them cooked up and ate the food, the guru suddenly realized that this is a sort of a kingdom which is full of fools and it wouldn't be a good idea, it won't be a good thing for us to live over there. And this is not the place which is being made for us. Okay, meant or made for us. Let's go. He asked the disciple. He said to disciple that let's go. It is not the perfect place to live in. But the disciple didn't want to leave the place. Now the disciple didn't want to leave the place just because everything was very cheap over there. He all he wanted was good and cheap food. The only thing that was coming up in his mind was only the regarding the food only because it was cheap and he felt that it is very easier to live over here. Coming to the next page, the guru said, I'll share it up with you. Yes. The guru said they all are fools. Then won't this won't last very long, and you can't tell what they'll do to you next. Now, what he said that they all are fools. He just gave him the warning. The Guru was giving the warning to that disciple. They all are fools, and these things, whatever the way they are running up the kingdom, it won't be last for long time. For long time, it won't be able to go on, and you can't tell what they'll do to you next. And it is not possible also that you will be able to live over here in a proper form, and what they can do with you also, you can also be the next person to get stuck up in any of the problem over here in this sort of a kingdom. But the disciple wouldn't listen to the Guru's wisdom. But over here, the words which were the Guru's wisdom is intelligence word which Guru was giving up to the disciple. He was not actually listening to him. He wanted to stay there. Just the thing was there in his mind that he wanted to stay over there. The Guru finally gave up and said, and now the Guru finally gave up and said, do what you want. I am going. As he was not listening to him, and he went and left the place from that place. Okay. The disciple stayed on, and the disciple uh, still stayed over in that place, ate his ate his fill every day. And what he used to do for the whole day, he used to just eat bananas, ghee, rice, and wheat. These are the things which he used to eat, and grew fat like a street side sacred bull. He became fat also. Uh, he grew day by day fat, and at the end, he was looking like a bull. Sacred bull means holy bull, the bull which are being used to stand on the street side, na? Those type of bull he became up. One day, bright, a thief broke into a rich merchant's house. Now, this thing is being added up. Now we are going to start up. There, this is the story of that same kingdom only. This is the another incident which has happened up in that kingdom, where a thief has entered up into the rich merchant's house. In this, eh, on this particular day, a thief has entered up into the rich merchant's house. He made a hole in the wall and sneaked in. And what he did, he entered up, he made a hole in the wall and entered up into the that merchant's house. He was carrying out his loot. Loot means the things which he has robbed up. The wall of the old house collapsed on his head and killed him on the spot. And suddenly, what happened? Whatever the things were there in his hand, and suddenly, what happened? The wall of the old house collapsed. Collapsed means fell down. Fell down on his head and killed him on the spot. And on the spot, he was killed. His brother ran to the king and complained. Whose brother it was? It was the brother of thief only. He ran and went to the king to complain about this. Your Highness, when my brother was pursuing his ancient trade, a wall fell on him and killed him. And he said to that king that when my brother was pursuing means was carrying up or doing up his ancient trade, old sort of work when he was doing up. What happened? A wall fell on him and he was killed in that. Due to that, he was killed. The merchant is to blame. And he said the merchant whose wall has fallen on him, he is the one person who is to be blamed. He should have built a good strong wall, and he should have been made up. He should have a good and strong wall. You must punish the wrongdoer and compensate the family for this injustice. And what he said that you should have. Now it is the time you should punish the that person, that is the merchant who has done this wrong deed, and you are the one who are going to compensate the family. Means you are going to make good the loss, whatever the loss has been uh, the family is going up through. You are the one who is going to do the compensation for the family for this injustice. The king said, justice will be done, don't worry, and at once summoned the owner of the house. And at the same time, king said what? That don't worry, we are going to do the justice, don't worry, and once summoned the owner. Summoned means he called the owner of the house, means the merchant of that house. Yes. Next page, page number 21 of your book. When the merchant arrived, the king questioned him. When the merchant arrived, the king questioned him, "What's your name?" Now, the merchant was when suddenly then the merchant arrived up. The king questioned him, "What's your name?" "Such and such, your highness." He told him his name. Were you at home when the dead men burglared your house? And he asked that the king was asking that, were you at home when that dead man burglared your house? When he did that burglary, he entered up into your house. Were you there? Yes, my lord. He broke in and the wall was weak. And he said, he admitted that I was there and my wall was weak and it fell on him. It happened so. The accused pleads guilty. Now means accused means the culprit who has done the work, who has done the wrong work. Over here had to be plead. Plead means he has admitted that, committed that he is the one who is being guilty. Your wall killed this man's brother. You have murdered a man. We have to punish you. Now the king said to that merchant that you are the only person responsible for this man's brother, and you have actually you have done a murder in this sense. You have done a murder, and we are going to punish you. We need to punish you up. Lord, said the helpless merchant. He said that I didn't put up the wall. It's really the fault of the man who built the wall. Now, what the thing is coming up, what he said? Yes. What he said? He said, it's really not my fault. It is the fault of the man who had built the wall. It's not my fault because I have not made this wall. He didn't build the he didn't build it right. You should punish him. And what the merchant said, because he has not made the wall perfectly, he is the one who should be punished, and you should punish that person only. Who is that? Now the king was asking, who is that person who has broke up the wall, who has made that wall? My lord, this wall was built in my father's time, and I know the man. He is an old man now. He lives nearby. Now that king said, this wall was built during my father's time, and I know the man. I know him who has made this wall, and now he has become too old, and he lives nearby only. Nearby only, he lives over here. The king sent out messengers to bring in the bricklayers. Now, the king sent out his messengers to call up that bricklayer person who had built the wall. They brought him. They brought him, and the people, the messengers who had gone, brought that man by tying up his foot and hand. You there, did you build this man's wall in his father's time? He asked. The king was asking him, that bricklayer person or a mason who used to make a house and all these type of person are called bricklayers. He asked that bricklayer person that, did you build this man's wall in his father's time? Yes, my lord, I did. And he answered that same, yes, I have done that. I did that. What kind of a wall is that you built? He's asking him, what sort of a wall you have built up? It has fallen on a poor man and killed him. And the wall has been like the wall you have made, it was so weak, it has fell on the fallen on a poor man and killed him. You have murdered him. We have to punish you by death. And you have done a murder and you are the only responsible person. Now we are going to punish you by death. See how foolish the king and minister were. They were not actually understanding that the thing, they were blaming one after the other, but they were not understanding the person who has entered up in the house uh, to do the robbery was the itself himself person who was being responsible for this, and he was doing the wrong thing. How come he see the foolishness of those both of the person, how they are following up how they are ruling up the kingdom? They were not actually understanding. This was the reason why the guru have went out from that place. as he was a very intelligent person. And in the more we are going to read, how we will see how the disciple is also going to stuck up in this same problem only. We are going to see to that. Before the king could order the execution, the poor bricklayer pleaded. Before the king could order the execution means order for a hanging. The poor bricklayer pleaded. Pleaded means requested. He requested that please listen to me before you give your orders. Before you are giving your orders, please listen to me. What I am saying, it's true. I built the wall. I built this wall, and it was no good. He said, the bricklayer was saying that it's true that I have built up this layer, and it is not, and it was not good also. But that was because my mind was not on it, and just because of that, my mind was distracted, and I was not able to build up the wall properly. I remember very well a dancing girl who was going up and down that street all day with her anklets jingling. And what he said, and he said that I remember a very well a dancing girl. A dancing girl was there who was going up and down from that street again and again just because of that girl, and she was wearing the anklets in his ankle. So the sound of that was making me distracted, and just because of that I was not able to concentrate on my work, and I was distracted by her voice, and just because of that the wall has been built up poor, or a weak wall has been built up, and I couldn't keep my eyes or my mind on the wall I was building. You must get that dancing girl. I know where she lives. Now this, see how the thing started from a merchant, then it came up to the bricklayer. Now it has came up to the dancing girl. Now even the dancing girl, there that foolish king is going to call up the dancing girl also. As soon as the bricklayer said, I know that dancing girl, and I even know that where she lives. You can call her up. You are right. The case deepens. And the king said, yes, yes, you are right. The case deepens, meaning, the meaning is that the case was becoming more serious. We must look into it. It is not easy to judge such complicated cases. See how he's saying that it is not very easy to judge some such complicated cases. Let's get that dancer wherever she is. And these are the words which are being said by king only. Let's call up the dancer because the case is getting more complicated. There are various complications in it, and it is getting deeper and deeper. Means more sincere, serious it is becoming up. The dancing girl, now an old woman, came trembling to the court. Now the dancing girl, who has become old now, she has become an old woman now, came trembling. Trembling means shivering. By shaking up all his body, she entered up into the court. Did you walk up and down that street many years ago? Now the king was asking. Did you went over here and there? Were you walking up and down many years ago on that street? While this poor man was building a wall, and while this poor man was building the wall, were you walking up here and there? Did you see him? Have you seen him also? So you did. Yes, my lord, I remember it very well. And the dancing girl too committed that I have saw him. Yes, I did so. So you did walk up and down with your anklets jingling. Now he said that. So you did so with your walls, with your anklets jingling up and down. You were young and you distracted him. And in this way, you distracted him also. You at that time you were very young, and he got disturbed by your sound of your anklets. So he built a bad wall, and in this way he had built a bad wall. Now see how they all have created, the foolish king and the minister is there, and they all are so foolish, and they are creating such sort of problems. They are not understanding the main thing. They are coming upon one or the other person and not understanding the exact what is the exact problem over there, who is the exact culprit, but they are not understanding just because of their foolishness only. And I'll show you the next page. Yes. It has fallen on a poor bugler and killed him. You have killed an innocent man. You will have to be punished. Now that king was saying to her that you have killed a poor burglar and you have killed him. He was a very innocent person. Just because of you, he is being killed up, and you are the person who is going to be now punished. She thought for a minute and said, "My lord, wait, I know now why I was walking up and down that street. Now, the one more thing, now one more twist came up in this story." She thought for a minute, that lady who was a dancing girl, and said, "My lord, I know that I was walking up and down from that street, but I will tell you the reason also why I was going up and down that street. I had given some gold to the goldsmith to make some jewelry for me." Now she said that I have given the gold, raw gold, to a person, to the goldsmith who used to make a jewelry, to goldsmith to make a jewelry for me, to make some jewelry for me. He was a lazy scoundrel. Now she started abusing him also. She said that he was a very lazy person, sort of a scoundrel he was. He made so many excuses, said he would give it now and then, and he would give it then, and so on all day. And what she said, that that man was making many of the excuses, means the goldsmith was making many of the excuses, and he again and again he was saying that he is going to give it now, and he is going to give then, and so on for the whole day. Just because of that, she was going here and there, and in this way she had uh, uh, walked down on that street dozen of times. That was when his bricklayer saw me, and that was the only time when this bricklayer has saw me. It's not my fault, my lord. It's the damned goldsmith's fault. Now that dancing girl said, "It's not my fault. It is, and I am the and my lord. It's the damned goldsmith, and it is the goldsmith only who needs to be punished up, because it is the fault of goldsmith only." So now we are till here we have done this chapter. Tomorrow we are going to continue up with it. Okay.